What's going on, everyone? It's Bales, and welcome back to another AFL Fantasy Round Review. Round 14 turned out to be a pretty good week for me. So, scoring 1931, which actually put me for my best round rank of the year, 3,915, which has been good. Been a tough year, tough last few weeks, but it's good to have a positive here. Up to 7,872 overall, so that puts me up about 16. I think it's 1674 spots. I think I worked out before, but good to make that ground up that I dropped last week. I think I was up to 8-1 the week before, dropped down 1,400 spots, back up over 1,600 spots. So we're climbing again, trying to make up for that lost ground. I think the highest I was this year was 6-1 or somewhere around there, just outside 6K. So if we can get back to around that mark by the end of the buys, I'd be pretty happy with that, moving up a fair few places. But this is the week that I'm hoping to make that ground up. Obviously, it was good this week. Hopefully, this coming week I'll have another good week. +3, -3. I think +3's got to go to the Bont. It was Tim Taranto's very stiff not to get my +3, by the way, being the VC. But I would have had Bont captain anyway, so I would have had a good score nonetheless. Bont 158. If I got one thing right in my starting team, it was starting Bont. Had that decision. I know Harmy spoke about it last night on the AFL Fantasy Fanatics podcast. If you haven't checked the latest episode with Harmy out from Pod, make sure you check it out wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube here. The live stream of the Twitter space is on here, so check that out as well. He had the decision between McRae and Bont, and I did. He went McRae, I went Bont. I was a bit nervous the first few weeks. He got 390s, but since then he's been great. I did mention as well in the Twitter space, the podcast, that, look at this. From round 8 onwards, only one score below 110. It was a 108 against Geelong, which is a tough matchup as well, but it's this run. His tackling has been up as well. His lowest tackles has been 6 since round 2, which has been great. So no lower than 5 tackles in any game. He's getting his marks as well last few games. He's got his good scores. It was good to see him go over 120, because obviously only the 2 games prior to that in round 6 and 8. But he's an absolute beast. He's averaging 113. I think it's the fourth highest averaging player this year. So he's a top 8 mid and a great starting pick for me. -3, it's got to go to Jack Steele. Like you can't do anything about injuries, I know, but it was just annoying. I had the decision between Jack Steele and Jordan Dawson in round... what round did I bring him in? I brought him in this North Melbourne matchup here. After that 128, I saw he came back, and I thought, yep, right for the picking. Good, unique pick. 5 scores under 90 in the 6 games I've had him. That one big score was there. He's playing through injuries. It does suck at the moment. Owning Steele. Again, it's going to be tough. Do I get off him this week? Do I hold him and hope that he comes good? I don't know. I'm going to have to play around with that this week. But at the moment, he'll probably stay, but it's tough. But yeah, let's go through the players here. But Jack Sinclair, 100, was good on debut. I'm very happy with trades this week, bringing in Devon Robertson over Fife, which was obviously good again, 11 points there. But Sheldrick, he'll talk about as well, and then Sinclair. That would have been a bigger score if it wasn't for the rain. He looked good early, 42 points quarter time, but obviously, as I said, that rain did slow him down. But to get that 100, I'm still happy with regardless. I still think he'd be a top 6 defender, averaging 97. I think as Calvin said, only one red team in his scale of hardness on the way on the run home. So I think he's still a good pick, and I'm happy I brought him in. Tom Stewart, 66. Port were a tough matchup. He did get attention sort of from Power Pepper. It was almost like a team tag in a way. So I know it was a low score, but he'll be fine the run home. I'd still probably prefer Stewart over Sinclair, just because those games at GMHBA could be a good one against Melbourne, so it could go well. So still a good target. I still think he'll be top 6, and yeah, that's fine. Lockie Whitfield, never again. He's on my never again list, and they'll find a way to bring him in. I always find a way to bring in Lockie Whitfield. He's been great. As I say, he has been great. I brought him in after the Essendon game where he got 100, and he's gone no lower than 80 in any game. Obviously, the one score of 130, and he had the other couple hundreds, but he's just been a 90s guy, so he's been solid. And he was cheap, so maybe 80k, which is fine. He's at a good price, so I can trade him because he's got suspended for a week. If he were to appeal it and be successful, then maybe do I think about keeping him and trading an Ash. But at the moment, I'll probably trade Whitfield before Ash, because Ash will have that role for that week that Whitfield's suspended. So, for me, Whitfield go. Ash, 83 was solid. He's just been, again, solid pick. I wish I went Hobbs over him. Probably would have been better for my team and for cash gen, but that's fine. He'll be maybe useful in round 16 against Melbourne when there's no Whitfield, potentially, if they don't appeal his suspension. So, yeah, I'll hold Ash, but he was planned to go this week, but not the worst player to hold. Again, take out that one score of the 60 that he got against St Kilda, where it was that, again, Giants Day and the ground was terrible, weird game. He's been solid, so yeah, he'll probably stay for me for one extra week if Whitfield is suspended. Darcy Wilmot 61 solid, got Saints this week, so hopefully he can put up a 70 would be really helpful in the buys here. And yeah, he's just doing his job, ticking over the cash gen, break into 44. So yeah, he'll go post his buy. He'll be my going down to a defender rookie and use that cash on top of maybe the final rookie to get him off the field. But yeah, Will Dovesley, Dawson and Dacos all on the buy. Tim Taranto, he's just an absolute jet. As I mentioned as well on the Fantasy Fanatics podcast, hasn't gone below 120 since round only gone below 121 since round 5, and he hasn't gone below 129 in his last 4. It's just been incredible. Absolute jet. He is averaging 124.7. None of us would have thought he would have gone this well. We had our doubts with the whole Richmond system, but I think we all sort of thought that he'd be good, but not this good. He's just been fantastic. So, Andrew Brayshaw, 109. Was good to get there. I was happy that he got his 100. Did have a 53-point third quarter when sort of, apparently he's getting tagged by someone. I still don't know who it was. Was it Perryman or someone going to him? I'm not sure. Or a Ward. Someone was going to him apparently, and then the second half he did better. But that one quarter obviously did help, but still, you take 109 every day of the week. Bond, we spoke about before, fantastic. Tom Green, 104, ticked over another 100, so that's fine. I still see him being a top 8 midfielder, but at not, worst case, you can move him on to someone after. But I still think he'll be in around the top 8. He's been fantastic. Just a handball. Just got to kick a bit more, Tom, mate. Jack Steele, we mentioned before. It's tough, but yeah, might have to persist. George Wardlaw has been a good rookie, but his break-even is now up at 51. So I think he's got to go. Him up to Keys, cost you 200k. Most people should be able to find 200k doing at least 2 downgrades somewhere. And even going a Wardlaw to a Yo or someone's not a bad play. But yeah, Wardlaw will go to Ben Keys for me. So that is what I'm probably doing. Matt Johnson, 37. Obviously bad cork this weekend. His break-even's now up to 36. So could he play? Maybe he might not even be there this week, which means maybe you go Johnson out first. But I think he'll play. I think he'll be fine. It's off the bad cork. He's still been playing well for Freo. Just had to see. Dev Robertson. Apparently Fagan had some good comments mentioned. I think it was Harmy or Tim last night said that they mentioned about Dev Robertson. Coach is happy. I think it's Tim actually that said that. 58's fine. I'll take the 11-point bonus from getting Fife and the extra cash. He's on my bench anyways, post-buy, so it's fine. If he can just tick over some cash to get to maybe 400, then maybe downgrade him later in the year, then that's fine. Roy Led obviously had the buy, well-earned rest there. I know he actually, just to comment on Led, actually, did actually say on radio, I think it was on his usual Monday segment with Rooch and Kimbo on is SEN here in Adelaide, that the week off is going to be really good for him with the well-earned, like mentally and physically for him. So looking forward to hopefully Lairdy going 120 for the rest of the year, because I think he can. And we saw it last year, 129. I think 10 points less, 119, 120. I think he can go 115 plus from here. Chess, obviously, the buy as well. English was good to respond. I was obviously quite upset with him last week with him being captain for a 76, but he nearly doubled that this week with 134. He's still an amazing player. I'm still very happy I've got him averaging 119, but yeah, good to respond and got the buy this week. So Ryan Marshall, 103, was very good as well. Obviously ticked over the 100 post the game, obviously with a tackle added. So good to see him get the 100. Josh Dunkley, 113, was good as well. Ticked over the $1 million, so which is great. I think it's, smack bang on $1 million. So there you go for Dunkley cracking the $1 million mark there. And I didn't actually say as well, I probably didn't even realise this on the podcast, Taranto is the first player ever to hit $1.1 million in the game. Cracked it this week with a 147, breaking 118. Oh, is he going to keep... It's crazy what he's doing. It really is. Errol Goulden, 108 as well. Got a good score there, so it meant he didn't drop as much after that poor score. So that poor score will be in his cycle, the 83, but he's still going to be a top 6 forward, so he's been great. Connor Rosie as well got the buy this week, but 106. He's been really good of late. He's up near 900k now, which is good. and just continues to play well. So, yep, top 6 forward as well. Bailey Humphrey, 75 again, just continues to just score well. Like he hasn't gone under 66, I think, in his last 6 or 7 games. Yeah, since he got the 0, which was, I think that's just an anomaly. Well, it is clearly. In his last 6 games, he hasn't gone below 66. 75 has been great. Only got 2 CBAs, and I'm hoping that they look at that and think that he was good when he got the ball. You've got to put him more in the midfield like he was doing before the bye. He was playing well. Maybe it was just because they were getting beaten that they just put him forward and they want to maybe chuck some other guys through there. But Gold Coast have got to put him in there more. So, but he's been really good, and he's got Hawthorn this week. I'll hold him for one more week. What's his break even? 51. He's probably a good time to go post the bye. So, yeah, he'll probably go around 16. Winhager, 85, has been good. 66 and 85 now. Obviously, the conditions suit him. Still not doing as well is suiting Winhager at the moment. His tackles has obviously helped him get the 85, but I think he can get his 70s and 80s for the time being, and maybe he's that last guy on field for me. Maybe I get Humphrey up and maybe have Winhager as my F6 or M8 for the time being, and then I can move him on later. But he's been good, and his break-even's now down to 16, so that cash gen can really start kicking in. Went up 31k this week, but it's now about this the next few weeks, whereas cash gen will really kick in. Angus Sheldrick, 275k, negative 21 break-even, which is really handy. He's going to make hopefully some good cash over the next fortnight if he can stay in the team, which I think he's at least got this week with Wicks being suspended, but hopefully he can buy himself some more weeks, make some good cash, and we can downgrade him after. He was very good as well. Only 55%, what was it, 54% game time or something? 55%. I just don't get it. I thought he was one of the best players on Friday night. I was saying on the watch along. I just don't know why he got hardly any game time, but he was very, very good. So very, very happy to have him in the side from last week. Darcy Carron on the bye, Van Ruin on the bye, and Drury didn't play. So yeah, looking forward to this upcoming week, round 15. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of chaos this week for a lot of coaches trying to get 18 players on field. I think worst case, I've obviously got so Sinclair 1, Stewart 2, Wilmot 3, Will Day 4, Dawson 5, Dacos 6, Brayshaw 7, Steele 8, Johnson 9, I think Johnson will be there, Robertson 10, Laird 11, Chesser 12 if Chesser plays, Marshall 13, Dunkley 14, Gordon 15, Humphrey 16, Winhager 17, Sheldrick 18, Cameron 19, and Van Rooyen 20. So I've got 20 before trades. And obviously if Chesser doesn't play, if Johnson doesn't play, I've got 18. So worst case, I should still get 20 anyway. And then my trades at this stage, I'll have 22 because I'm getting rid of 2 round 15 players. So if all goes to plan, I should have 22 this week. Whitfield will go up to Oliver at this stage. Wardlaw will go to Ben Keys. And obviously having 181k, I think it was, in the bank. Just going like a Van Rooyen because he's not going to be in my top 18 scorers anyway against Geelong. Going him down to a Lohman will give me the cash to do that. So, yeah, they're my 2 moves, or 3 moves, sorry. I haven't played around with trades too much because I'm recording this on Sunday night. Or like not too far after the podcast, so I haven't been able to play with my team, but there's a chance that I just go like a Whitfield to a Brad Crouch because Crouch's price is currently sitting at $8.53, so it's only going to cost me 40k. So I've also thought about going a Van Rooyen down, going a Wardlaw to a Keys, and then I actually probably can't do this. I was saying maybe do I go Whitfield across, Wardlaw across, and then maybe you could go Humphrey because I've got enough, and maybe get in Keys, Yo, and a midfielder. That would be something I'd consider. But if not, I'm happy just to get Oliver and just get that. Because I'm probably going to have one of Winhager or Humphrey on my field in round 16. Maybe getting that extra big dog in Oliver will make up for Winhager in round 16. But Winhager does have the Eagles in that game, in that week. So, yeah, just interesting to see what I can do there. But they're my trades this week. Obviously, they might change. But if they do, I'll let people know on socials, and Wednesday Trade Talk, they'll be updated as well. But that is it for the round review. If you did enjoy it, make sure you do leave a like on the video. As always, if we hit 20 likes on this video, that'd be very much appreciated. If you haven't subscribed yet, bottom right-hand corner, make sure you do. We're 31 away from 1,200. We're on 1169. So if we can hit 1,200, that'd be fantastic. I think my goal is 1,500 by the end of the season, if that can be possible. I don't know if we're going to hit there, but 1,200 is obviously the next goal. So if you can help me reach that, it'd be very much appreciated. All my social media links are in the description below. Make sure you go and follow all those. And turn notifications on so you don't miss when I go live or upload any other content in the future. Let me know in the comments below what you guys looking to do with your trades, how many you guys might have on field this week, or how many you're anticipating on field this week. Trade questions as well, put them in the comments below and I'll answer all those. And yeah, until then, I'll catch you guys on the Wednesday trade talk as always, going through the most popular ins and outs, and looking forward to seeing what coach are going to do. But until then, have a good week, guys, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. So I'm out. Cheers.